Good morning, everyone. I'm Ann Metcalf, and this is my Sunday morning alchemical chat, conscious eating, conscious living. And it is September the, I don't know, 24th, in there somewhere. And we are three-quarters of the way through September. And actually, I'm very grateful to be outside. And our summer has kind of passed. Now we're moving into the fall, and we've got cooler weather. And we've been so blessed on the west coast of um, Vancouver, British Columbia. And I live in Tsawwassen, and it's often called sunny Tsawwassen. And that's kind of for a reason because we get a lot of sunshine. And I'm just so grateful to have that today. I don't know about you, but the sun, I just breathe that loving sun energy in, and I just fills my body with joy and peace. And so I encourage you to do that too, wherever you are. And even if you've got a rainy day, just imagine the sun flowing through and just breathing in the energy of the earth and how she loves you unconditionally, as does our God, whether you call it the universe, Allah. We all have one God on this planet, the creator of all things in the all universe. And just know that you are dearly loved and you are here for a reason. And enjoy all those around you, even those who test us, who blame us, those who love us, and those who do not love us. So breathe that in. And I'm so glad that you'll be listening to my pre-recorded Zoom. I didn't do Facebook this morning, and I'm learning a new technology, and I'll be playing with that in the coming months. So today is about peaches. I love peaches. For me, it's the quintessential fruit that marks the peak of summer where I live. And I love the softness, the juiciness, and sweetness of peaches, especially the freestone variety where you can just cut the peach in half, twist it, and it's just so beautiful. And I've been just enjoying the last sort of peaches of the summer. And do you know what continent peaches came from? They originated in China, and they are native, apparently, depending on what you read, to the northwest or eastern China. And archaeologists, they believe that the peaches in China were first domesticated along the Yangtze River, where they found fossilized peach stones believed to be from 6,000 BC. Isn't that amazing? Wow, they've been on this planet for even longer. Just they've been used and cultivated. And the actual cultivation of the peach started about 4,000 years ago. And they grow in provinces in China and now around the world, from warm subtropical south to the cold and dry north. And perhaps that's why they have so many different varieties of peaches in China. And in the 1980s, a Chinese fruit survey team found a peach tree in Tibet that had a 30-foot circumference, 65 feet tall, and was estimated to be 1,000 years old. So the peach tree I have behind me, and we've got the sun radiating through, and we'll just sort of turn the camera just a little bit. You're going to have this beautiful radiant light coming through as the wind moves the branches of the peach tree. And our peach tree we've had for, this is a second or third year. And the first year we had a couple of peaches. Last year we had, about 2 dozen. And this year was an interesting season. And we ended up with 3 peaches that actually never matured. And so the peach tree this year is in a period of rest, as with all the apple trees that we have in our yard. And so this year it's a rest year. And research has been ongoing as early as 100 BC. And now the genetic diversity is being preserved at 3 national gene banks in Beijing, Zhengzhou, and Nanjing, where more than 1,000 peach accessions, a type of variety, currently exist. Isn't that amazing? Whoa, and I just thought that was freestone and the cling kind of peaches. And did you know that nectarines are actually a variety of peach? They have very similar flavor, except they don't have the fuzz. And some people, if you don't like that fuzzy skin, then the nectarine might be the perfect fruit for you. And the scientific name is Prunus perisca. And actually, thanks to Alexander the Great and his travels to Asia and the Middle East and that sort of area, Persia, that's where that name came from, and not even claiming it to China or Asia. And so he helped move the peach into Europe and out of Asia. And on the artistic front, it seems artists like Claude Monet, Vincent van Gogh, and others, they loved the peach as their subject and they would paint it. And through those paintings, it was associated with vitality, good health, and with its oblong leaves representing the tongue and the plant as a whole, standing in for speaking of one's heart. And from Europe, the Spanish took the fruit to the Americas. And now it's grown all over the world, including my backyard. And I look forward to more peaches growing on it next year. And there's 2 varieties, as I mentioned. You've got the freestone and clingstone, and there could be others that I'm not aware of. And these indicate whether the flesh actually sticks to the inner seed or not. And that's why I like the freestone, because you get the whole peach. You don't get any of it sticking to the peach bit. And these peaches are related to plums, apricots, cherries, and almonds. And they're considered drupes or stone fruit because the flesh surrounds the shell that houses the seed. And it's long been considered a symbol of longevity and immortality in its native China. And there's some interesting things I found when I was researching. And so let's just kind of delve into that. And I'm just going to check on something for a moment. I'll just breathe in the air and just feel the wind on your face, like I can feel the wind on my face. And just breathe that in. And so I've done my little double check. Thank you. And so there's a lot of symbolism in China and several Asian countries. And so I'd like to just explore that for a few minutes. And in China, there's a feast. In China, it's been long considered a symbol of longevity and even immortality. And there's a feast on the 3rd day of the 3rd moon called the Peaches of Immortality, or the Feast of Peaches. And peaches planted would take 1,000 years to sprout leaves and another 3,000 years for peaches to ripen. So that's kind of interesting. And in Korea, peaches represent not just longevity, but riches, honors, and happiness itself. And the trees are considered one of 10 immortal plants and animals. As a sign of respect for their mystic powers, peaches are never placed on the table, which is kind of interesting. Yeah, it would be interesting to speak to somebody from that country to see if, do they still do that? And how do they get around putting they're not supposed to put the peaches on the table. Where do they put it? Nutrients, well, these fruits are on this planet. All the food on the planet is here for our nutritional benefit. It's how we survive and thrive, because each fruit, vegetable, the greens, and all the food that was put on the planet for humanity to be nurtured by the earth. It's all there, and it's in the fruit. And so the peaches are no different. They don't have large amounts. Some of the websites, they always a fantastic, really rich source of vitamins and minerals. Well, it does. I think you probably have to eat a lot of peaches to get the full benefit of how they're talking about it at such a high level, because the percentages are actually kind of low. But that just brings in the whole diversity. You have a wide variety to get the vitamins and minerals from all the food you're eating, which is why I work on this 30 plant a week food choice. And so that if I'm having potatoes, then I need to have a different kind of potato if I want to repeat the potato. Because if you have the same food all the time, the same, say, russet potato, that only counts as one of your 30 food choices. So just keep that in mind. Peaches have vitamin A, they've got vitamin C, E, and K. They've got some soluble fiber, and they've got potassium, copper, manganese, and smaller amounts of magnesium, phosphorus, a bit of iron, and some B vitamins. And of course, with so much of our fruit packed with antioxidants, excuse me, which is a beneficial plant compound that combats oxidative damage and helps protect your body against aging and disease. And you know that fuzzy skin? That's where a lot of the antioxidants are found. And what I was doing yesterday, because I dehydrated a couple of the peaches that I had, and you just kind of rub off the extra fuzz and leave the skin on. And there you have that full nutrient-rich skin and a fiber. And so many different ways to eat peaches. You can put those in the chat box on the Facebook page when I upload the video. There's so many peach cobblers. You can put it in a summer salad with greens or spinach, and maybe some roasted nuts. If you're using almonds, remember to soak them first, and then you can heat them up. And if you like them crunchy, put them back in the oven and warm them up a little bit and try them out. How about some fresh mozzarella? Or for those of you who like the animal protein, some chicken, salmon, or even some tofu in the salad, and add it to your breakfast dish. And they make a great addition to oatmeal and cold cereals, and topper for pancakes, waffles, and there's a muddle peaches into a glass of lemonade, iced tea or water for a burst of fresh, fruity flavor. Or bake sliced peaches with a drizzle of honey and cinnamon for a quick and healthy dessert. And also make a fresh salad, peaches, mango, jalapenos, red peppers, and chipotle pepper. Okay, so that's a salsa salad. And that can be used as a side flavor to so many of your dishes. So lots of beautiful possibilities for your peaches. So enjoy them as they come and go. And so I now have some in my freezer so I can enjoy them later in the fall, maybe the odd winter treat. And so enjoy them. Just enjoy the fresh fruit in season and preserve them for, when the supply isn't there. And so I just, great. It's a great fruit. I'm so blessed actually to know where they actually came from. And they've been on the planet for so long. Isn't that amazing? I just love that kind of information. And just when I look at that peach now, I'm going, wow, thank you. Thank you, all the ancestors and the ancestors of the Chinese people and their relatives who studied the peach. And now we've got so many different varieties and they grow in different climates, which is fantastic. So I'd like to end our day with some of our Manifest Your Magnificence cards. And let's see, we've got a choice because sometimes peaches are pink on the outside and sometimes they might be a bit orange. And sometimes they're slightly pale yellow flesh on the inside. The only color they're not are purple and blue. So let's pick an orange card this morning. And this one says, I am successful. There we go. I am successful. And it says, I achieve the goals I set for myself. So what goals or intentions do you set each day? Do you set the intention to be joyful, to be loving, to be kind, forgiving? Those qualities of the genuine, humane human, where our ego is put aside, we kick that to the curb. And our old conditionings, we're leaving those at the curbside, and we are stepping forward. We are leaping over thresholds into the new energy on the planet, and which is very, very exciting. And we are a part of it, you and I. And as we spread our light and love each day, even to those who may not love us, those who test us, and those who blame us, can we rise above that and just in love and let the planet, the cosmic currents, those universal forces spread that light and love throughout the planet. And that's what my hope tests do. They actually send our love, our loving light and our beautiful loving intentions to the earth, and the earth amplifies it. And we are assisting the planet to awaken with that love. So, The Wisdom of the Heart by Bodhi Simpson and Ava Goulet says, I take time to recharge my energy. Really important. Self-care, loving yourself. What little routines have you got where you can recharge and fill in your heart space, your essence heart, with that divine love that you are? So take that today and recharge your energy in a day like today. Just be outside and just, if you want, close your eyes when you're looking at the sun, especially midday, and just breathe in the loving energy that is coming to you and for you. So have a wonderful day. Just blessings to all of you. Namaste. And I would love to hear from you. You can email me at rosiesjoy@gmail.com and we can have a conversation. My new book, hopefully will be coming out in October, Rosie's Joy, The Magical Wonders Hidden in Your Garden. So it's for adults and for kids because we are learning all the time. Blessings.